What's going on, guys?
Welcome on into the division rivals.
Here we go. So we're gonna be doing some stardom situms tonight and talk about just the last couple of games, go over
Recaps,
those
Week,
and
recaps.
week,
recaps. Yep.
yeah,
Mhm.
recaps of week one. Um, Eagles, Dallas. Um, what happened with Kansas City?
Yeah.
Maybe a come on man here and there. So,
hmm
uh,
Yeah.
so, all right, who wants to start?
Alrighty. So, I do want to start a little bit about Dak Prescott. I think he had a phenomenal night, although he didn't finish in down the stretch. He didn't get any touchdowns. Um, he started off very, very well, completing the field. I want to say it was around 72 yards off that first possession that they had. Straight passing. A lot of it went to CD Lamb, but he finished the night
Yeah.
with 21 out of 34 completions with 188 yards, averaging about 5.5 per attempt. I think that that is amazing. And as they fix those problems that we saw out there on the field 2 nights ago, the offense will get better and better.
They were playing pretty decent. I obviously I knew Philly was gonna win that game, but I didn't think it was gonna be as close as it was. I and Saquon looked a little slow, I will say. Um, Obviously it's the first game, so we'll see what happens with him. But he's definitely still not somebody to bench on your fantasy team yet.
I think a long ways from benching.
Yeah.
For sure. I was really impressed with Jalen Hurts, actually, to be honest.
hmm
19 for 23, 152 yards, and a 94.2 pass rating, which for game one sets the tone, I think,
Yeah.
pretty well. Um, and a great
Did
defensive effort as well.
did you mention the two rushing touchdowns?
No, I did not, but that's so
Yeah.
I definitely tone setting there
Yeah.
for sure. I didn't see the same energy come out of the Cowboys this game. I don't know.
No.
I feel like it's gonna take a little bit of revving that motor just to get going
hmm
for sure.
I will
Yeah.
say to your
Saquon.
point, sorry, my bad. To your
No.
point
Go
on
ahead.
that their offense needs some revving. George Pickens was virtually inactive. There was a lot of plays towards the end that he took off.
Facts.
Towards the end of the game. Obviously, you don't get the ball a lot.
hmm
It's going to have that effect on you. But I want to say he had two non-catches that were PIs that actually took them way down the field. So those are stats that don't show up on that. But I think that their offense, like a couple of weeks, they're going to really be them
Yeah.
boys. I think
Yeah.
those are fantasy relevant players,
80.
definitely.
I gotta say because I'm biased. I've got CD Lamb. Did he hurt me a little bit with those four drops? Yes, but pretty good performance. I'm not gonna
Not
lie.
terrible.
Not
Yeah.
terrible. He was the most dependable guy all night.
Yeah.
So besides the four catches, which everybody likes to um, point out, and then the memes with the amputated arms. I besides that, I'm pretty happy with it. I don't know.
Yeah.
But going back to Saquon Scott,
Yeah, I was just gonna say that he lost me some money because I had a bet, had some bets on him. Uh, I thought he was gonna at least get over 100 yards, but didn't do that.
yeah, I mean, if you would
Didn't
have
get a
added the
touchdown.
the the passing yards, maybe he would have been
Yeah,
close.
yeah, but it is what it is. He'll be back to his normal self, I'm sure.
Definitely, definitely somebody to be looking forward to getting back to their normal self. AJ Brown, one reception for 8 yards. That is not going to be something that continues. So actually, I heard the statistic that was very interesting. It was that the Cowboys, when they were playing, actually ran a defense that I want to say it was cover three, that doesn't get run against the Eagles a lot, and I think that's what was throwing them off so that they
Mm,
were going with the run, they were going with the intermediate short dink and ducks, Jalen Hurts using them legs, being very
hmm
viable as a QB, and a running back,
Yeah,
especially when Saquon's not running like that.
yeah.
But yeah, so they ran that coverage. That's what threw him off. I could see that those starting two wide receivers out there, Devontae and AJ, continually to getting better. One thing that
Mhm.
I do like to point about AJ is that he took it very gracefully on social media. He was saying that God's blessed him, that God has always been good. He'll get through these tough times. And he's a big advocate for Suicide Awareness Month. So
Mm.
I absolutely love AJ Brown, and I want to keep commending him. Keep going forward. He'll be doing good.
Yeah, for sure. I think AJ Brown, I mean, he's a great guy. He's a great guy and an elite player. For me, it's kind of on the fantasy side of it, on the more fantasy side, I think he's a little complicated, based on the last year and how he's kind of been quiet, this last game. So I think as the offense continues to evolve, I think it'll be around him for sure. So let's see how that goes. But 3 receptions, 47 yards. I mean, can't ask for much.
Yeah.
Something we haven't brought up yet, and I don't know if you were planning on it, but Javonte Williams was killing it in that game.
Yes, he was. Very surprising. Very surprising.
Yeah. Um, do you think if he's on the waiver wire, he's somebody that you should pick up? Or do you
He's
think
in
it's
a
kind of
deep
a one-hit
backfield.
wonder kind of thing?
He's in a deep backfield. I could see him producing for maybe another 3 weeks before Jaden Blue or the guy
Hmm.
behind him, kick up enough touches to where it's not something that he's going to be scoring 2 touchdowns.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He was more productive somehow fantasy wise than Saquon Barkley. I
Yeah.
bet that was not on anybody's bingo list. But um, he is fantasy relevant for the second, not somebody
Yeah.
that I'm looking long term holds.
Hmm.
But if you catch him on waivers, pick him up. Maybe one week you don't have a favorable matchup, you can put him in there.
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah. I mean, remember he had a knee injury back a while ago.
Hmm.
I
Hmm.
don't remember what year that was. But he's as long as he stays healthy, I think he might make a pretty good impact, immediate impact
Hmm.
Yeah.
when he gets out there. So for sure.
Yeah, and to your point of him having a knee injury and him still kind of well, he recovered through the off season. It wasn't something that they're televising right now, but obviously those are things that linger.
Okay.
Um, Brees Hall is a potential trade target for the Cowboys with the Jets having saying stuff like it's potential that they will trade him, Braylon Allen getting
Hmm.
more work. That could lead to him being frustrated and him not wanting to play in the system anymore. So I
Hmm.
could see the Cowboys going out and getting somebody like a Brees Hall, who's very, very young, very agile, very good in the passing game, and a good rusher when you get him behind a good O line.
Absolutely. Absolutely. If there's anything else, guys, let's go ahead and say it. I want to get onto this next game that I watched so
Man.
close. I
Yeah.
felt like I was in Brazil.
Yeah.
The
Dude.
best about.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. So the Chargers upset the Chiefs in Brazil. Pretty crazy game. What do you guys think?
I thought it was amazing. I
Yeah.
thought it was the field goal fest.
Yeah.
It was pretty interesting that it started kicking up towards the end of the game
Mhm.
when after very anticipated wide receiver goes down. Travis
Yes.
Kelsey headhunting for his fellow wide receivers there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Yep. He was out for blood, apparently. Um, but Justin Herbert, man, I mean, for me, stop me if I'm talking too much. It just gets me kind of excited
Yeah.
because I felt like every single pass he threw was a completion.
Well, I
I
mean,
was
what was he?
so
25 for 34, I think.
yeah, actually he
Pretty
was
much every.
yeah, he was pretty much almost perfect. So I was feeling very confident in that. Um, 27-21. Close game, but 318 yards, 3 touchdowns. That's all day.
Yeah,
That is
and
all day.
it was actually really interesting to watch a certain wide receiver that has been known for dropping the ball
Yeah.
really pull it together and catch them when they count. Um, I want to say he was the MVP of the night. It is Quentin Johnston.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. I mean, on the other side of the ball, Travis Kelsey, he pulled off that 37 yarder. um, in the fourth to help out a little bit, but
Very
you know,
pedestrian though, very pedestrian
Yeah.
because
yes, yeah.
with
Didn't
only another reception for 10 yards, he
Yeah, I was
really
gonna say he
came
only
through.
had two, didn't he?
Yeah.
He's got a lot on his mind right now. So
Yeah.
let's
Okay.
let's
Yeah, how can I get the ball in my hands? He really hit he really hit Xavier Worthy hard, I will say.
for sure, for sure.
Hey, that's the second time though we've gotten friendly fire from the Chiefs because last year it was Patrick Mahomes taking out the wide receivers. I want to say he hurt Hollywood Brown early in the season. So sacrifices were made.
Yeah. Hey, I'm just happy they lost. I can't stand Kansas City.
You know
And
it's funny. Go ahead, Jason.
yeah, sorry. And it's funny to see that both these teams that were playing early this week will be versing each other next week. We have the Eagles versus the Chiefs, a Super Bowl rematch. So
Mm,
we'll see how this affects them.
That that'll be pretty cool. I think it's funny you said that, Scott, being that you are a Patriots fan. You know what it's like to be the that those guys,
yep.
right? You know, it's like
Guys that
being
everybody hates.
world's most hated team. Um, so that's cool.
But yeah, I'm interested. I'm interested to see how Justin Herbert does for the rest of the season because he's my backup. I should have started him, obviously. I didn't because Kansas City was usually pretty good with against the quarterbacks for fantasy
Mhm.
the last season anyway.
Dude, I was
Um,
trying to find who picked up Justin. I'm happy to see it was you.
yeah,
Um,
yeah,
I
he's
think
my backup. Might very well be my starter
Yeah,
if he
you
does this
could,
again next week.
you know, off pod, I had told Scott to pick up JJ McCarthy because I didn't see he had Justin Herbert on the bench. I was like,
Hmm.
this guy, he's a young guy, going to finish the top 12 quarterback this year. Um, Now he's going to see the waiver wire.
Yeah,
Justin Herbert played
possibly.
so well, he's off the team.
sure.
I do want to just bring up a couple more stats. We have 16 targets for Hollywood Brown. Do you guys think that that is sustainable? Like, is that going to continue happening going forward? Is this a guy that we need to be rostering, or is this a guy that we're kind of out on? We think that it's a hit or miss. This isn't going to be able to be maintained.
I want to say it's probably just a hit or miss thing. I don't think he's going to do that every game, or even every other game. How is Worthy out for a couple weeks, or
Oh yeah,
did he just
I want to say he dislocated his shoulder, so he could be out
As
for
okay?
yeah,
I want to say around four
So I
weeks.
mean,
yeah,
it,
as
it
of
could be
right
a good
now.
pickup temporarily then, because he might see the ball a lot more now for the next few weeks anyway. So if he's available, pick him up for a few weeks.
Yeah, he led the Chiefs in catches on accident, kind of.
On
Yeah.
accident.
You know, and not to say he's not a good player. Again, I respect these guys greatly. They're elite
Hmm.
players. You can't downplay them too much. But Xavier
Yeah.
Worthy, I mean, once I don't see a dislocated shoulder being too crazy of an injury. I wouldn't go as far as saying season ending like I heard some of the speculations out there. So, I mean, yeah, and not a hard recovery either, with physical therapy and whatnot. So,
Hmm.
I think don't bet on Brown for sure for longevity wise. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Maybe if you got a bad flex week, throw him in there if you can, but
yeah, but
he's
and
definitely not a one or a two.
yes, and Hollywood's also very well paid too. So $11 million contract. That just popped up on here. I just want to make that known. He's definitely banking for not being that guy.
Another thing I do want to point out about Patrick Mahomes is he extended it into the end zone with his legs as well as passing. I feel like that where we're seeing vintage Pat. He's really going to have a season this year, possibly. Based off that injury, we don't know how that's going to shake things up, but we're seeing him get out of the pocket. We're seeing him use his legs. We're seeing him throw the ball, extending those plays. And honestly, the game was a tight one. It wasn't something that was they ran away with it or that the Chiefs
Hmm.
just gave it up. Um, so I like that. Another person that I want to bring up is Jason Brownlee, ex Jet. He was a rookie from Hard Knocks. He actually got a target last night, so we might be seeing his name a little bit more. The ball got spread out a lot after Xavier went down, but hopefully, I love this Jason Brownlee guy. I really think that he is a deep threat. He's an end zone target, and he could be on the radars depending if somebody else gets hurt on the roster.
But Jason, where do you think we're at with the Patrick Mahomes success story? Like, are we kind of, have we peaked? Are we almost peaking? Are we on the down slope?
Uh, it,
I
it
have my opinion. I want to hear yours.
it's very early.
Mhm.
This could be one of those things where they could patch together a season
Mhm.
because Rashi Rice will be back in week 6. So if they could
Yes.
survive 5 more weeks, maybe go 2-3, 3-2, they could easily still make the playoffs and go straight back to the Super Bowl. So it's a little too early to tell. I don't think we've peaked yet with the Chiefs, with the Chiefs dynasty. But give it a couple of weeks, we'll see if Patrick Mahomes is who we want him to be.
Nice. Yeah, I think he looked real healthy. The only thing I want to keep in mind for everybody is that he is now 29, right? This was his last game before he turns 30, so we're starting to get to that age, you know.
Yeah.
So we'll see. We'll see. But
How
he
old is
looked.
Aaron Rodgers?
Well, how well did he do last season with you guys?
Hey, apparently he's supposed to be the second coming back in the Pittsburgh area. So
Wow. Well,
I don't know.
that's a bold the second coming. That's a bold claim.
I
Nice.
mean, they have that offense projected very high for some reason. It was the DK acquisition that happened over there. Um,
Mhm.
but I don't love Rodgers. But if you could do it at his age, who says the slope has to be down?
No,
Mhm.
I think the Chiefs are going to be on their downslope. Last
Mhm.
season there was 7 games I think that they won by less than a score, and all of those scores were either a ref overturning it,
Mhm.
or I mean, not getting into the conspiracy that the refs are paid by them, but if just if it just flipped the other way around, they wouldn't have made the playoffs.
Yeah.
So I do think that they are on their way out. Not saying they're definitely not going to make the playoffs, but I honestly don't see them getting to a Super Bowl again. That might be a hot take, but I don't see them getting there again.
It it might be, it might not be. I think the Chiefs. I think as long as they stick to the formula that
Hmm.
they've got going on, that they've had going on for the past couple of years, I think they'll be okay. I think Pat Mahomes has that one trick pony of, running to the pylon on his feet, getting hit. He's great at getting hit. He's
Yeah.
great at taking contact. Because everybody goes, oh, you can't touch Patrick. Well, that's kind of strategy here,
Hmm.
right? That's I wouldn't call it flopping, but I definitely call it some sort of baiting, almost you could say,
Yeah.
right? You know what I mean? So I
Shades of
think he's
LeBron. Shades of
he,
LeBron.
Yeah.
shades of LeBron. That's what I mean. I didn't want to say LeBron, but I think if we keep picking away at defenses like Kansas City's known to do.
Hmm.
Um, I think it's going to be another successful season. Super Bowl, probably not. I think we're still. I think they've got some pretty heavy competition
Yeah.
still.
I mean,
A lot of defenses have been rebuilding, so
I have them winning the division. Um,
for sure.
I don't know, but after last night's game, I don't know. Chargers are looking pretty good, but I think the Chiefs are still gonna squeak by. It'll be a close one, but I think they'll probably win the division at least.
I don't know if I have them winning the division because those Chargers look good. They looked good with the Marion Heron.
Hmm.
Wow, his name was just butchered. Amarion Hampton, if I'm saying
Mario
that correctly.
Hampton. Yes, you are.
Um, Najee Harris, 1 touch for 5 yards. That is Omarion's backfield. No wonder why he was blowing himself up with fireworks. He was never going to be in contest with that rookie, and he looked good. The line wasn't doing amazing, and he still was able to garner some production out of it. But I'm excited to see if they can continue stringing that along going forward. Of course, we are never going to get another two touchdown game from Quentin Johnson this season. Brazil thinks that he is like prime Michael Irvin because they got to see that one little bit of him, but I don't think that that is something that is going to be continued. But again, that running back situation was interesting to watch. I think that they could take the division.
Yeah, it's a possibility. If anybody's going to, from what we saw this week, it could be them. I just wish McConkey got those two touchdowns instead. But
I don't know how you guys feel. I don't know how you guys, if you guys know much about the line, but do you know if Rashawn Slater is playing that really good left tackle they had?
I'm actually not sure.
Okay. Doesn't matter. I mean, it's just he was a playmaker for a
for
couple.
the Chargers,
Yeah.
let me check their depth chart real quick.
Alrighty. I do want to also bring up that that Chiefs Philly game. It is going to be really interesting for the fact that we're seeing a little bit of different shades of each team than we saw in the Super Bowl already in week one. So,
Hmm.
how much is going to change in this game? How are we going to kind of, for the Chiefs, you lose that game. How are we going to bounce back?
Yeah,
I,
that's what I was
I,
thinking. Are they going to start 0-2?
yeah, I don't think so. I actually think that they take it over the Eagles this time.
Yeah.
Were you able to get that looked
What
at?
what was the player's name?
He was that left tackle they had, Rashawn Slater.
No, he's on the IR. He's
He's on
there,
the
but he's on the IR. Joe
Okay.
Wall is starting at left tackle for him.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I
Oh,
think that's going to be a huge thing for this season. I feel like linemen are going to make a huge impact.
definitely.
With because we're getting a lot of on your feet quarterbacks. So I think if they can find some holes well, they'll find good opportunities,
Hmm.
especially in the red zone. So
Well, yeah, that's another thing to your point. Mekhi Becton was actually out yesterday for the Chargers due to illness. Not sure
okay.
what illness, but that's another thing that dampered the run game for Omarion, even though he was still kind of productive. So
Mhm.
things will get better once you get your players back on the field.